want to open up the floor for any questions that anybody might have.
Hi, my name is Gail Nadler. I work at Time Warner Cable Media, and I'm the Learning Solutions Manager there. You talked about using social platforms. I've had a little experience with that in a couple of my workplaces, and we've had trouble keeping it going. Like, we're excited for a month, and people participate, and then it peters out. Can you talk about any strategies for keeping that engagement going?
In the Cisco world, what we've done is, one is if you're gonna, people think that social, you just put a bunch of social tools up and people are just going to come to it and navigate through it. Well, people come to a place because they're getting information. So you have to first make sure you have very rich information. The social aspect is a way to engage with the information and with other people that are there for the same reason you are, for the information. So the way we like to think about it is you have to think about your social community as almost like a news broadcast. There's probably something you're very familiar with. You have to think about it that way. You have to be constantly putting up new content, constantly making sure that you're generating new things. You have to have community managers who are engaging people and making sure that they're getting the right kind of people to the site to blog and do wikis and other things that will bring people to it. What we did in the early stages to make sure that we got the early adoption of it is we took our superstars. We had some people that were known in their field for their work. And we asked them to put up a couple of blogs, and then we asked them to, watch them and interact with them and, and get them started. And then we sort of continued to line up people over time that would make sure that they contributed. And after about doing that for about a little less than a year, we found that we didn't have to ask anymore. People were wanting to do it because they really enjoyed mentoring other people. They really enjoyed interacting with others, and they loved the rock star notoriety that they were getting as a result of, being on the site and interacting with these people and helping these people. And soon enough, in fact, it was we had to Cisco do it. Our site was internal and external, so we had to do it for the first couple of months, and then the community took over. And we didn't have to engage, we didn't have to put up a single other blog ourselves. After that, we just kept feeding whatever content we could, and then of course community did the rest. So what happens is they will, when you get that kind of traction, when you get people that start to understand what it's like to give back and to help others, once they get hooked, then it can scale on its own, and more people will come and more people will engage. But you have to get it off the ground, and that means having really great content, having a few rock stars, a few superstars that are willing to be on that site and drive some of that early engagement, and then having community managers behind it who are going to make sure that the engagement flows well, people getting answers to their questions, people getting back to them. Because if they ask things and nobody's there to answer them, then they'll quickly leave.
Addie, what tools is the UN using to get to those people you were talking about who want to contribute throughout the world? Are there specific ways they're doing it? Is there specific ways that the UN is reaching out to communities all over the world to engage these people who want to be a part of helping and making the solutions for the problems we have?
Thank you for that question. So we, as I mentioned, we have a site called Unite Ideas, and we basically post the problems there. We're doing a lot of partnership with academia and some with private sector around analytics, and that's what we like to open up to say, hey, this is the data we have. We actually don't care what you use to develop mobile apps around it. We don't really care what you use to do analytics and predictive modeling and forecasting. So this is the ask we have. When it comes to other areas like our field missions, peacekeeping, there are lots of tools we use. Because we have with our peacekeepers, we have over 110,000 peacekeepers. We have a lot of military technology that we use just to protect our troops or to provide security to them or the camps. So there are lots of tools for us to run our operation. But when it comes to reaching out, we are just beginning to say, look, these are our problems. These are our sustainable development goals. Tell us how you think we should solve them, right? And kind of be tool agnostic to say, really, that we need to, one of the goals is we need to have clean oceans in 15 years. or environmental issues or deforestation. We need data, we need information. We need you to begin to look at GIS data, environmental data, economic data, and help us see the trends. That's really what we're looking at this point. But we're very open to technology addressing social issues. I mentioned this earlier. For me, to have the right technology to find mass graves is very important. Do I care what it is? That's secondary. For us to have technology to be able to help get a well, or to have technology in terms of alternate power, solar, not so much solar, but we're in Africa and we need a lot of technology around power, easy power to get, technology that works in tough environments. I think we are open to that. We're looking at digital cash for the refugees, because instead of trying to bring things to them, how do we give them digital cash? So I think the discussion isn't so much about the tools. The discussion is, what is the right product? What is the right solution to address some of these big issues?
I want to thank everybody for coming today and join us for the next one. Thank you.
That was great.